Hello, 110 to 112 here, and basically here we go for our end of the year ramblings, like I did like last year, something similar anyway. Only 5 more minutes left till the next year, so I'm just going to explain a little bit about a few of the things that I've been getting into during this year, because there've been quite a couple of things. Okay, first of all, let me think. I've been collecting a couple of new games and stuff, and of course DVDs. Even seeing a bunch of my unboxings of them as well. So that's something cool to see. I've been getting a bit into Studio Ghibli's things. Well, I've heard of Studio Ghibli before, but I haven't actually quite gotten into the gist of the things until much later on, because it wasn't until much later that I got to watch My Neighbor Totoro for the first time. It was then I was like it was then I decided to think about Hayao Miyazaki, and then because he's a great guy in real life, I bet. Let's see what other things. Oh yeah, that was the time I got to meet Erica Mendez in the convention. That was awesome as well. And I also got to rewatch Into the Spider-Verse a second time. Not in that exact convention, but it was a different one. Let's see, what else? I have like posters around. I should be able to remind myself about a few things. I've been posting a good few new arts as well. And what else? I'm going to remind myself on my phone, because that's what I am. I'm just the kind of guy that keeps on rambling and shit. Well, all the different kind of movies that we got to see that year. There was the Avengers Endgame, which was excellent. There was also the Star Wars Episode 9, which I got to see like twice because my friend invited me the other, like literally yesterday, which was excellent as well. I don't understand the hate for that movie very much. Let's see, what other things I've also gotten into. I've also watched I watched Toy Story 4. There was the Spider-Man Far From Home. There was also Captain Marvel, which was great as well, even if the marketing wasn't the best. There was also Dora and the Lost City of Gold, if you want to count that. There were like loads of movies I've seen that were pretty good. And yes, I actually liked that movie. It was like one of the weird, dumbest movies I've seen, but I'm just kind of glad it was like so self-aware. That movie was great, and especially if you have friends to watch it as well, because that makes it even better. Let's see. There was also the I had like a Secret Santa thing as well. Picking up stuff. I had a lot of games picked up, like I said. I think. Oh yeah, there was also, if you can't tell from my wallpaper, I'm also gotten into Moomins as well. Well, gotten into it like a bit late, because late in the year, that is. I only got into it like this month, possibly even this week, maybe even last week. I don't exactly remember exactly when I started watching it now, but yeah, I've been getting into that, and I'm already getting hooked. I think I might even become trash, like Snork Maiden? No, not Snork Maiden, Snufkin. There's a lot of people that begin with in that show, isn't it? Yeah, I've mainly been watching the 1990s cartoon. I am aware of all the other cartoons, but I haven't seen them. I've only seen a little bit of the I've only seen clips of the 2019 cartoon, but it does look good. I can tell you that. And what else? There was also the yeah, I haven't been getting to see every movie, but I haven't actually, it's only like 40 seconds until the new year starts. I can explain a little bit about the that I've gone to a couple of places. I've been to Dublin a good few times this year, and they were all pretty great. Um, hopefully next year I get to update my Twitter a bit more, because I didn't get to update it very much this year. So here we go. In 10 seconds, it'll be 2020, the new decade. I can hear explosions over in the thing. Oh crap, I'm gonna get ready. Do. Explosion, shut up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Salutations 2020! And salutations to a new decade, eh? Man, that decade was so full of stuff you could not believe. Like, I got into a whole lot of crap that year. Not that year. Well, I suppose that year as well, but the decade especially. Let's see if I can think of a bunch of stuff off the top of my head. Actually, I have like a whole, I have to try remembering through my whole notepad I took down. There was Klonoa. Klonoa was one of the things I got into, and I'm kind of glad I did. That's an underrated game series. It's like a platformer series. Will you shut up, fireworks? It was a platformer series that's like 2.5. That was a loud one. Yeah, there was also it was great. It has loads of great characters, and then there's also but then again, not all the highlights had to be positive, because that another highlight is Phoenix Games, and those had like and those have like the worst games ever made. And I should know, I played a good few of them, and a lot of them were pretty crap as well. They're like, most of them are like Dingo Pictures cartoons, just stuck onto a CD, and then yeah, I'm just gonna like go through them pretty quickly. There was Undertale and Deltarune as well. Those games are awesome. Undertale just happens to be one of my favorite games of all time. It was pretty awesome. There was like Scratch. I remember back in 2010, I was like into Scratch, and this decade I also started World of Jake, and ended it pretty prematurely because, well, I don't even like it anymore. Homestar Runner, one of my all-time favorite web cartoons. That's been a highlight as well. I mean, like, look at me. I've pretty much become a fan of Homestar Runner. Even today, I've even gotten to the point of even collecting DVDs of it. And considering, I know it may sound pointless, but because the series is like free to watch, but I mean, like, I just want to support support Matt and Mike. They're nice people. And speaking of nice people, there's also Trey Parker and Matt Stone with the series South Park, which I also really enjoy as well. That series is effing sweet. I mean, like, there's so many great stuff. I mean, South Park is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. I mean, like, if I grew up watching that instead of Family Guy, it probably would be much better. I mean, like, I wish I watched South Park growing up instead of Family Guy. Family Guy. I mean, back then I used to enjoy Family Guy, but not so much now, because especially with the new episodes happening, that's gotten way downhill. I've been collecting. I've been also like I said, I've been collecting a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I've gotten loads of consoles as well over the years, like Nintendo 64, 3DS, Game Boy Color, the original Xbox, the PS1. Well, that PS1. Oh, wow, I can hear some like loud ones over there. I'm gonna have to look at it outside so I can see them properly. The PS1 that I've had as a kid, and this Nintendo Switch, of course. Excuse me. There's also Star Versus, one of my favorite cartoons as well. Another favorite cartoon, because it's I just love the adventure in it, and it's just so much fun watching the thing. I mean, and all the characters I really like. Well, except for Toffee, you can go to hell. But yeah, there's so many. It was like a lot of fun. Star Versus. I highly recommend watching that show because it's like one of the best shows ever made. What else? I have to think about a lot. Yeah, and not only consoles, and also game collecting as well. I've also been given games not only by myself. Not only did I get games, I also like received some from friends and cousins as well, friends and family. even. Like I've expanded like a lot of games. Like my PS1 collection was originally so small, but thanks to my cousins, they've actually expanded it a lot, and my friends too. They've also expanded it too, and I'm really grateful for that because, well, if without it, I probably would have never really gotten motivated to pick up that as much games as I already did. So thanks a lot for that, family and friends. And what else? I've also been Oh yeah, and Cartoon Saloon, that one, which also grew to being one of my favorite freaking movies ever made. Like The Secret of Kells. Well, that movie. Well, it was a fantastic movie, but you know what? But if that's a fantastic movie, then Song of the Sea is an absolute masterpiece because I've talked about Song of the Sea a lot, but but this time I talk about Song of the Sea a lot of times, but I never actually explained fully about, yeah. But Song of the Sea is an absolutely amazing movie, and I highly recommend you see it because it's an absolutely amazing movie, and you ought to see it. The Breadwinner was great as well, but I thought Song of the Sea was better though in my opinion. But Song of the Sea was better in my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, what else? Yeah, there's not much else I can talk about really. I've been on for like over 12 minutes. But I can tell you that but yeah, Song of the Sea is one of my things of the year. Also been, man, there's so many stuff I can talk about. I can't really think of it all right away because there's so many stuff. There's My Life as a Teenage Robot as well, and Invader Zim as well. Almost forgot about him. Invader Zim and My Life as a Teenage Robot, two of my favorite Nicktoons. I've got into them that decade as well. And Teen Titans, as well as Teen Titans Go. And yes, I like Teen Titans Go. Shut up. So yeah, I like both shows. I prefer Teen Titans better because well, it's objectively better, but it's also I just kind of enjoy original Teen Titans more. But Teen Titans Go's alright too. I mean, it's good and boredom buster. I find it pretty funny. Scott Pilgrim, a little bit of Professor Layton. Milk Chan. Milk Chan's a one of my favorite animes as well, and I even own DVDs of it. That like took me like some of my rarest DVDs ever. The Milk Chan collection. Absolutely yeah. What else? There were so many things I've collected. It'd be hard to keep track of them all. Man, so many things. I can't constantly go over them so much. So I think I'm just gonna end the video here because I can't really think of much else to talk about. So yeah, this is World of J 2012 signing out, and Happy New Year to y'all.